Tracking company expense can be very stressful, especially when multiple employees, departments, and payments are involved. But with Odoo19, managing expense becomes effortless. You can record, approve, and account for all expense in just a few clicks. So that you can find right inside your ERP software. Without wasting any time, let's directly head over to the expense module for that. Once we open the expense module, let's start by opening the new expense that we are creating a new one. Here you will find the list of all expense reports submitted and approved, paid status from here itself. From the dashboard there you can find the details of employee, description, expense, category, paid by, activities, analytic distribution, company, total, and as well the status, which is I've already said about the payment, draft, submitted, or approved stages. Okay. For creating a new one, just click on the new button that you can find from here. Okay. Now you can see the form to fill up all the expense details that are corresponding to your. So there you need to fill up the description of the expense. So here I'm going to give the description as client meeting lunch. Okay. Once I'm done with that, there we have the category. So you need to specify with the category, which is an expense one. While clicking on this particular option, you will get the different kind of category, which is communication, expense, meals, gift, mileage, travel and accommodation, brokers commission, and as well. Okay. So there we have the expense one, and I'm going to click this on the meals one because we are done with the client meeting lunch, like a food one. So I'm giving the category as the meal, and you need to fill up the total amount of this particular food. So here I'm going to provide the amount. Once I'm done with that, there we have the taxes. So if you want to include the tax along with the particular amount, you can simply allow that. And there we have the employee. So you need to specify which employee is paid this particular amount. So here I'm already done with the Michelle admin. And there we have the option to paid by, which is employee, to reimburse or the company. If the employee is paid, the employee can reimburse amount from the company, or if the expense is paid by the company, you can simply check on the option, which is company. And there we have the expense date. Once we are clicking on the expense date, you can simply specify which date this expense happened. So let me provide this as today itself. And there we have the company, the manager. So you need to provide a manager from here itself who need to approve this expense. So here it is basically Michelle admin. I'm not going to change this. And there we have the account. So you need to specify the account which is recording the expense. So there you can find an expense account is expected. And there you can find the customer re-invoice, which means if the category has an expense policy, it will be re-invoiced on the sale order. Okay. So I'm not going to provide any customer invoice, and there we have the analytic distribution as well. Once we are done with that, you can simply provide any internal note that belongs to this corresponding expense. Once you're done with that, there you can find three options, which is attach receipt, submit, split expense, and there we have different kind of stages, which is in draft stage, approved, posted, and paid as well. So if you want to attach the receipt of the particular food and the meals, you can simply attach that receipt. And if you want to submit this expense to your manager, you can submit. And if you want to split this expense with any persons, you can simply do that as well. So for attaching the receipt, you can simply click on the option, and there you can find the receipt from your recent downloads or anywhere. You can attach them. Okay. So here I'm going to cancel it. For submitting this report, you can simply click on the option, which is submit. So once you are submitting this, you can find more option on the top section, which is approve, refuse, reset, and split expense. Because of why we are submitting this report to the Michelle admin, which is our manager. Also, the employee is also Michelle admin. So Michelle admin can simply approve this expense when he is completing with all such details that given to the corresponding expense. So he can approve this, he can refuse this, he can reset, and he can also split this expense. So that you can find once we are submitting this expense report, this expense is moving from the draft stage to the submit stage to the Michelle admin. So once the Michelle admin is approved with this, let's click on the approve. So once he is approved with this, there you can find it is approved. So the stage is changed or switched into the approved one. And there you can also attach the receipt. You can see the post journal entries, report in next pay slips, and you can refuse this, reset, and split expense. Okay. So you can simply post this as a journal entry. Post this expense. There you can find a wizard like this. You can simply provide the journals here. And there we have the accounting date as well. Okay. It is an expense. Once we are done with that, let's post this expense. Okay, we are done with the journal entry. Let it load. Yeah, we are done with the journal entry. So when we post, Odoo creates a journal entry in accounting, linking the expense account, employee, and payment method, all such things. So let's pay. So there we can find the purchase receipt from here itself. They can find all such details, which is the invoice line, which is Michelle admin for the client meeting account. There we have the electric distribution quantity and the price of this particular expense, and there we have the amount that including the tax. So there you can find the tax amounts and taxed amount as well from here. So once we are done with that, you can simply print this option or print this expense, and there you can pay this and reset to draft it. So let's pay it. So there you can find the wizard to enter the journals, payment method, and everything. So let's create a payment. So that's in paid stage. So there we can simply move to the expense report, and that's it is changed the status into the payment, and we are done with all such things, and it is paid. Okay. So after that, the finance team can mark it as paid directly through the accounting or the bank journal as well. So for analyzing the expense report, you can simply move to the reporting. Like, let's move to the reporting, and there you can find the expense analysis. Under the reporting, Odoo is just give you the clear insight into your company's spending by employees, department, or expense type from here itself. There you can find 3 options, which is graph, pivot, and as well the list view. From the graph view, there you can find the expense report from here itself, which is denoting for different kind of for employees, which is Mark Demo, Randall Lewis, Michelle Admin, Ronnie Hart, Kate Bird, and some as well. So there you can find the all sum. So here from itself, the manager or the person who is actually managing all such things can simply understand about the expense analysis. Okay, so you can track where money is going and plan budgets better, and all from its one place. So there you can find the pivot view as well, and there we have the list view. So they can find which employee is spent more expense, and every employees can get the reimbursement and everything. Okay, so that's how simple it is to track company expense in Odoo19. From entry to approval, payment, and reporting, everything happens in one connected workflow. You don't want to switch to any other application or modules. You can simply do all such things with one interface or one dashboard from here. Okay. So thanks for watching. For more Odoo19 tutorials, you can simply click on the subscribe button to Cybrosys Technologies. I'll be back with another simple and elegant tutorials. Till that, bye-bye.